Cats and dogs as pets? That's usual for you? But far too ordinary for some. What if your best friend had wings, scales, or even 8 legs? All over the world, people are pushing the boundaries of what it means to have a pet. We're talking monkeys dressed in pajamas, snakes lounging comfortably in living rooms, and even bats hanging out, in hallways no less. Some call it fascinating. Others, well, they call it dangerous. But one thing's absolutely certain, these aren't your average everyday pets. These are creatures who challenge our perceptions of companionship, who ignite debate, and who remind us that the animal kingdom is full of surprises. Let's embark on a wild journey together, shall we? A journey into the world's most unusual companion animals, and delve deep into the strange, sometimes surprising reasons why people choose them. Ah, pet monkeys. They certainly seem cute at first glance, don't they? Intelligent, expressive, and eerily human-like in so many ways. It's easy to see the appeal. Capuchins, marmosets, and macaques are among the most commonly kept. But here's the catch, they're wild animals at heart. And that wildness, it never truly disappears. These primates require constant stimulation, complex social interaction, and incredibly specialized care. When those needs aren't met, well, that's when things can take a dark turn. They can become aggressive, unpredictable, even profoundly depressed. Many countries, recognizing the ethical complexities, have outright banned private monkey ownership. Yet, in certain parts of the United States, Southeast Asia, and South America, it's still legal. With the right permits, of course. Next up, iguanas, pythons, and the rise of reptile roommates. Cold-blooded, in the literal sense of course, but to their devoted owners, they're anything but heartless. Iguanas, pythons, geckos, they're becoming increasingly popular in urban homes, finding their way into the hearts of city dwellers. And it's not hard to see why. They don't require those daily walks that dog owners know so well. And for people with allergies, well, they're a breath of fresh air, quite literally. But let's be clear, it's not all low-maintenance relaxation and basking in the glow of a heat lamp. Some reptiles, like the magnificent Burmese pythons, can grow to be over 15 feet long. Imagine that in your living room. And as they grow, so does the risk. These powerful creatures can become dangerous if not handled with the utmost care and respect. Others, while smaller, require an environment of precise humidity, specific UV lighting, and a very particular diet. Not exactly a walk in the park, is it? For the truly committed, those willing to dedicate themselves to understanding these ancient creatures, reptiles offer a quiet, almost hypnotic kind of companionship. Now, owning a lion isn't just unusual, it's frankly jaw-dropping. In some corners of the world, especially among the ultra-wealthy in places like the Middle East, lions are kept not just as pets, but as the ultimate status symbols. A living, breathing testament to wealth and influence. They're often raised from cubs, bottle-fed, and treated like royalty. And we've all seen the videos. People cuddling lions, riding in cars with them as if they were oversized house cats. These videos go viral, capturing imaginations, sparking outrage. Why do we do it? Why risk it? Maybe it's the thrill, the adrenaline rush of being so close to such raw power. Maybe it's the allure of dominance, the need to conquer and control. But it's risk many would never think of taking. Next up. Think birds are boring? Think they're nothing more than feathered decorations? Think again. Parrots, macaws, those dazzling cockatoos. They're some of the most intelligent pets on the planet. They can mimic human speech with uncanny accuracy, form deep bonds with their human companions, and some even live as long as we do. But with that intelligence, that vibrancy, comes a significant responsibility. Birds, especially these highly social creatures, can become deeply depressed, aggressive, or even resort to plucking out their own feathers if they're not mentally stimulated and emotionally fulfilled. Still, their beauty, their intelligence, their sheer brain power, it's hard to resist, isn't it? And for true bird lovers, those who understand the commitment they're making, nothing beats the feeling of a feathered friend greeting you with a cheerful, "Hello," perhaps even mimicking your own voice. Hedgehogs. Now, these little creatures are quite something, aren't they? They might look like tiny prickly porcupines, but they're in a league of their own. Quiet, nocturnal, and let's face it, adorably round. These little creatures have become social media stars and exotic pet darlings, and why not? They're relatively low maintenance compared to some of their counterparts. But they do need warmth, regular exercise, and a specialized diet. No hedgehog kibble at the supermarket, I'm afraid, and while they don't exactly cuddle up like a puppy, many owners find their quirky personalities completely irresistible. There's a certain charm to a creature that carries its armor on the outside, wouldn't you say? A reminder that even the smallest beings have defenses, have a wildness about them that deserves our respect. Sugar gliders. Imagine a pet that glides through the air with effortless grace and then curls up in your hoodie for a snooze. Meet the sugar glider, a creature of both the trees and, surprisingly, the modern home. Native to the enchanting forests of Australia and Indonesia, sugar gliders are small marsupials with big, expressive eyes and even bigger energy reserves. They bond closely with their owners and thrive in pairs or groups. Company is essential for their well-being. But let me be clear, they're not for everyone. Sugar gliders need large, stimulating enclosures, a significant amount of attention, and a very specific diet, one that includes insects. So if the thought of crickets in your kitchen fills you with dread, this might not be the pet for you. But for those with the dedication and the understanding, sugar gliders offer a unique glimpse into a world of nocturnal acrobatics and unwavering companionship. Unusual spiders' 8 legs, fangs, hairy bodies, members of the spider family no less. Let's be honest, tarantulas are the stuff of nightmares for some, conjuring up images of dark corners and creepy crawlies. But to others, they represent something else entirely. To them, they're quiet, low maintenance, and strangely compelling pets. They don't need much space. They rarely bite, unless provoked, of course. And watching them move, well, it has a certain hypnotic quality to it. Handling them is risky, both for the spider and the human. And let's be honest, if one ever escapes in your home, you might just move out before you find it. It's a commitment, owning a tarantula. They call them mini pigs, but don't let the name fool you. What starts as an adorable 20-pound piglet can and often does turn into a 100-pound housemate. And that's where the challenges begin. Pigs offer something rather extraordinary. They are incredibly smart, surprisingly clean, and capable of deep, lasting affection. Pigs can be trained much like dogs. They recognize faces, they have distinct personalities, and they form real, genuine emotional connections with their human companions. It's not unusual to see a mini pig riding in a stroller or sleeping in a king-size bed. Because for some people, bacon is most definitely off the table. And friendship, well, it's on 4 hooves. Bats. Creatures of darkness, of myth and legend, they inspire fear and wonder in equal measure. But pets? Yes, you heard that correctly. Some people share their homes with these enigmatic creatures of the night. In some countries, particularly where bats are native and protected, injured or orphaned bats are raised in captivity by trained handlers. It's a way to give them a second chance to ensure their survival. But in private homes, it's rare, and understandably controversial. Bats have complex dietary needs, require significant flight space, and like many wild animals, can carry diseases. But they're also surprisingly intelligent social creatures capable of navigating complex environments and forming strong bonds with their own kind. In the right hands with the proper care and dedication, they're not monsters, they're misunderstood. Snakes and lizards. They've always attracted a certain kind of owner, haven't they? Someone drawn to the strange, the misunderstood, the majestic. From the gentle giants, like the ball python, to the masters of disguise, the chameleons, these reptiles can be surprisingly gentle, quiet companions when raised properly. They don't bark, they don't beg, and they certainly don't require daily walks. But they do have a calming, almost meditative presence. Watching them move, observing their grace and their power, they remind us that companionship can be found in the most unexpected of places. And there we have it. A glimpse into the extraordinary world of unusual pets. Creatures that challenge our perceptions, that spark debate, that remind us of the incredible diversity of the animal kingdom. From the playful antics of a pet monkey, to the quiet grace of a gliding sugar glider, from the surprising intelligence of a pig, to the hypnotic presence of a tarantula, each of these animals offers a unique form of companionship. But it's a companionship that comes with great responsibility. Owning any pet requires careful consideration, a willingness to learn, and a commitment to providing the best possible care. And when it comes to exotic animals, the stakes are even higher. So, I leave you with this question. Which one of these unusual pets, if any, would you welcome into your home?